Dating can be confusing, especially when cultures collide.
Oh, he tried to kiss me. You guys are moving too fast.
In China, does dating means you are heading towards marriage? And do guys have to cover all the cost on a date?
We don't usually split the bill on dates.
Are these actually true?
Ever heard of real-life Tinder run by parents?
The older you get, the tougher it is to get married.
Let's dive in and see what's really going on. I'm Marina, another episode of Spicy Mandarin Talks, your unconventional China guide. Let's talk about dating in China. At the beginning, two people enter a wait period, which in China is called 暧昧. It's like process unclear. In this stage, people don't directly say they like each other, but instead, they interact in a tentative, playful way without being clear about their feelings. Neither one of them does anything that seems romantic. Guys, you might be thinking,
Mary, if Chinese person doesn't come right out and say they like you, or make any clear romantic moves, does that mean they are not interested?
actually, no, they might be really interested, but they don't always show it. It's just like our culture is a bit more subtle. At the beginning, feelings are shown through small quiet things and little details rather than direct words and big moves. For the first date, people usually go to a restaurant, they order together, and share food. Sharing food helps people understand each other better and deeps their connection. The guy pays for the meal on the first date. In China,
Usually, we don't split the bill on dates.
What?
does that mean the guy has to pay for everything on the date? False. This is one of the biggest misunderstandings about dating in China. We don't usually split the bill on dates. It means we don't split the same bill between two people. It doesn't mean the guy has to pay always. During the date, instead of splitting the bill, we take turns paying. What matters is we both put in effort. It's not about splitting and paying every expense right away. But here's the thing. If a Chinese girl asks to split the bill on the first date, it basically means she's not up for anything more with you. Split the bill. It's called AA in China. It uses the letter A to represent average or equality. When we want to split the bill with someone, we say, let's say A. In most cases, split the bill happens when you're with strangers, people you won't stay in touch with long term, or group setting. For people you are dating, friends, or couple, we take turns paying. For example, if he treats you to dinner this time, next time you might treat him to dinner, a movie, or coffee. The key is that both people contribute, not keep track of every penny spent. Now you get it. Why, if a Chinese girl asks for splitting the bill on the first date, it means she's not interested in moving forward, right? In Chinese culture, the stage of unclear is more about subtle expressions like topic, smile to build connections,
Rather than body language.
If you do some intimate actions too early, we will.
Hey Mary, how's your date?
He hugged me on our first date, and on the way home, he tried to kiss me. I don't think he wants a serious relationship with me, right? I think so. You guys are moving too fast.
In China, one person has to ask to be in a relationship, and only then do they become a couple. Due to traditional Chinese customs, couples don't show too much affection in public. It's like kissing or holding each other tight. Parents play an important role in marriage, and meet them usually means family approval. To show respect to both families, when you meet their parents for the first time, remember to bring a gift. Do people date just to get married? False.
1,000 years ago,
While in the past, dating was often seen as preparation for marriage, but today, not every relationship leads to marriage. In China, there are special kind of date that actually about getting married. It's called xiangqin. This kind of date is for people who want to get married soon, and xiangqin is a very direct way of doing that. Before the date, people already know each other's financial situation and family background to see if you are a good match for marriage. Let's say the biggest xiangqin corner in China.
Ever heard of real-life Tinder run by parents? Today, I went to Shanghai's marriage market at People's Park, where every Saturday parents gather with dating profiles, listing everything about their kids, from age to income, all hoping to find them a match. And yes, there is even a section for foreigners. The best part? The actual people being matched aren't even there. It's all done by their parents. If you're in Shanghai, you gotta check out this unique blend of tradition and modern dating. And maybe you're lucky enough to find yourself a Chinese husband.
Hey guys, what do you think of arranged dating in China? Leave your comments. Traditional influences. Parents often want their children to get married and have kids. That's why something happens when people reach a certain age. If someone is around 30 and still unmarried, it might be called 剩男 or 剩女. It means the older you get, the tougher it is to get married. Parents get worried and use this way to find a match for their son and daughter. If you want to know more about real life in China, subscribe the channel and see you next time.